Incoming transmission.
We have arrived for something amazing. A reveal has happened that we have been waiting 30 years for.
Butt bugs?
No, a magical moment in space and time where we get to see the Breen. And we were right. Well, Jason was right. Jason Roy Gaston, more specifically. I'm Captain Joe Dove. I am joined by Jason and Jason, VHS Jason Roy Gaston. And we are not alone. We are joined by the infamous background actor, the handsome man himself, wearing some brilliant threads, David J. himself.
Welcome back.
How are you? Welcome back to the Captain's Quadrant. Yeah, nice to have you.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's great to be back.
Yeah.
Before we go on, can we let him humble brag? Because we all got to see David this week on a trailer.
Yeah. Please tell us what happened today.
Wasn't today, but yeah.
Yeah, you'll see me in theaters August 9th in the new M. Night Shyamalan movie, Trap. Go see it in theaters, and maybe you'll see me.
Amazing.
It's a great trailer, by the way. Like, I love that setup. Like, it can be hit and miss, but this one seems like a really cool idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll all enjoy it when it comes out in theaters.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
We're going to say hi to our friend, My Figure Universe. Greetings and salutations. Good to see you. And then the trailer for that movie looked really good. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Well, my good friend, when you see it, make sure you look out for David. His face will be on the screen. Then you go, I know that guy. And then you'll remember the Captain's Quadrant finally. All right. Well, we have a great show for you this week. We're going to discuss a very excellent episode of Star Trek Discovery. And it is called Mirrors. And it's going to be a lot of fun. A little bit of Star Trek news. A little bit of fun to be had and some exciting things, and things going to be a little bit changed up because the mastermind behind all the keys has made the decisions to make things a little bit brighter, a little bit fonder. But one thing has not changed, and that's the intro. Jason Roy Gaston, if you please. I think I did a good job this week. We'll let Jason.
We will see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Synopsis.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Roy Gaston reads synopsis.
Mirrors. Captain Burnham and Book journey into X. Trad-dimensional space in search of the next clue to the location of the Progenitors' power, while Rayner navigates his first miss. Scion in command of the U.S.S. Discovery, and Culber opens up to Tilly.
Indeed. It was good, right?
Yes, it was rather good. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well done, Joe. Well done. Well,
thank you for not using ChatGPT this time.
Thank you. I never used ChatGPT. All right, let's talk.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't.
Thanks. All right.
I never get tired of that bumper. You know,
No.
I actually did some digging.
Oh.
And I found the extended cut of that bumper, and by astonishing coincidence, I have it, and here it is.
Thanks. Time we made a discreet exit.
Wait, what happened?
I rather enjoy the director's cut of that movie, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Was that a McVeigh version or
that was?
I'm pretty sure I saw a unicorn in that version. Or something.
They call that the Battleships version.
The bastard's version. Well, hopefully, folks are still here, and after all that flatulence,
Watching that viewer count go down. Look at
yeah,
that.
literally did.
Wow.
I just saw it. I was like, wow.
This has been consistent. This is the level of humor we
Yeah,
provide
we're
here on
funny
this show.
jokes here in
Right.
the Captain's Corner. All right, so David, what did you think? What was your first impression of the show?
It's no lie that I've not been a big fan of Star Trek Discovery, but I will admit this has probably been the best season that I've watched of the show by far.
Wow. Okay. Short and sweet. Jason, Roy, Gaston.
Yes, embiggen me, please. I really enjoyed it. There were lots of surprises in this episode. Lots of just good character moments and balanced out with good action and stuff exploding. And I think this is Discovery's best season so far. I really hope that they can keep up this momentum.
All right. Mr. Hatswell, if you please.
Yeah, look, I want to, you know me, I've been that old man yelling at Star Trek. But, however, I did enjoy this one. But the one thing I'm left with this episode is like, so the Breen, right? Spoiler alert, the Breen are in it. So the Breen are basically a mix of humanoids and flubber. Because that's what they look like.
Yeah.
No, it was great. You know, I famously said last week that no way will it be the Breen. It won't be the Breen, which I still don't think they're the big bad. But yeah, there you go. All about the Breen. So it was good. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Except the stuff with the Doctor and Tilly.
Why?
Did not dig into that at all. I'm not a big fan of that Doctor. I just don't like that. The way he plays that Doctor.
Wow.
I think he's a fantastic actor, and he proved it a couple of weeks ago. But I just don't like the Doctor, and of course,
another view drop right after you said that. Oh,
and of course, Space Karen. Yeah,
more drop.
I'm digging on Mum Space Karen now. Yeah, there we go.
We respect Wilson Cruz and Dr. Culber in this house, Mister.
No, I'm going to see another Doctor. Sorry.
EMH. Oh my. You know what I noticed? They don't have an EMH in the future.
Well, we probably didn't need one.
No, not on Discovery, but
yeah,
I'm surprised they don't have one. Anyway,
well, maybe they're all enrolled in Starfleet and they all have rank, and some of them are captains by this point.
Yeah.
Maybe they're all they're all living with all the datas on another planet, and they've made some unholy amalgamation of data androids so that the daters are the doctas. I don't know.
Yes,
we've seen the datas in this version. They're all Timu versions of data.
Yeah. Wish datas.
I don't want the Wishshare version of datas.
I thought this was a fantastic episode. We're really getting into the lore and the whole gambit of the chase. It's interesting how they were managed to hide that piece there in such a wild spot. And I also appreciate how clever Locke are, and the love story that's kind of bringing them together. I feel that that is the background happiness and probably going to be the sum of all fears in the end, because I just feel like this whole story is building on the fractured loves that are happening throughout the characters that we have enjoyed throughout the seasons of Discovery, and now it's going to like kind of put those love connections back together. And that is the point of Lock 'em All. So that is my first contact. Now let's see other highlights of the episode. Let's just have a free-for-all of just a bobbing and scatting, if you will, of what we liked and didn't like in this episode.
I like the hunt. I'm a big, and it's probably more than just this episode. It's been the last. I love the idea of them every episode collecting the next piece. I feel like we've really got drive this season now throughout the show. And I really liked Michael Burnham again as a character this week. I think she has done a big turnaround this season, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe it's just because I'm judgy, but I like this version of Michael Burnham a lot. She is a full-blown captain. She knows what she's doing. And it's a bit less than the emotion and more in the let's get stuck into it. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Jason?
The show is definitely a lot more optimistic this season, and I really dig that. I like that they have found a balance between the arc-based seasons and doing episodic television as well, because every episode this season has had a beginning, middle, and end, and it's had a satisfying conclusion. So every week I don't think, oh, well, I guess we'll wait until next week to see how the story goes. No, the story has an ending every week, and I think that they finally nailed their stories this season, and I think that it has led to stronger episodes, stronger character arcs, and just a great season overall. I hope they can stick the landing, because Discovery's not great at that. I really hope they stick the landing this season.
All right, David, wearing that phenomenal Captain's Quadrant shirt that you can get yourself if you go to captainsquadrant.com and buy your own.
Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous?
It's gorgeous, yes.
Indeed.
All yours, buddy.
I'd agree with Jason. Like I said, I tuned out with Strange New Worlds Discovery after season 2. I've not seen the past seasons and stuff like that until recently. It's good to see that it's gone back to episodic. That's what Star Trek should have been all these years. Maybe they took, the success of what Strange New Worlds has been doing, and just added to that. But it's good to see that Discovery's got its legs in its last season, and it's a shame it's coming to an end.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was a good point, actually. I wonder if they were inspired by Strange New Worlds, what they have been doing, because they got it right out of the gate, right? They found a balance between an overarching storyline and episodic stuff. So
right.
I think a lot of this was shot in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. But they also had reshoots last year, right? So maybe they just took what Strange Worlds has done in season 1 and season 2 and just added to it.
Yeah, wow.
That's a good point. I mean,
like I said, can I just say, though, what really sucks now, remember, about this episode? Second episode in a row, no Saru.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about Saru and bring back Action Saru.
He talks about Action Saru. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple of times now. I want to see more Action Saru.
Yeah. It was interesting that
should be hanging out with that MILF Vulcan.
Action Saru led the rebellion in this ISS Enterprise, which I thought.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. And hey, the Enterprise, everyone
that looked cool.
Lose their bridges over that or what?
What's wild is now when Michelle Yeoh was in our universe coming from theirs, she couldn't stay in phase form. She kept glitching, so to speak. You guys think that's what's going to happen to the Enterprise?
Well, she was glitching because she not only changed universes, but she traveled in time. And apparently you can do one or the other, but you can't do both. And that's why the one officer that they showed the hologram of, the Beetlejuicean, who they said had to be put down, he came from the Kelvin universe and came forward into the future during the temporal wars, and that's how they learned about this condition. So the people who came over on the ISS Enterprise, as long as they didn't time travel, they should be fine.
So that ship's been sitting there 800 years just chilling.
That was my impression, even though for an 800-year-old starship, the insides of it looked immaculate.
Yeah,
there must have been any
bloodstains either from all.
There must have been a dot with a vacuum cleaner and a dust rag going around every couple of 100 years, just kind of dusting.
Yeah, because when we got to that Vulcan ship, no, Romulan, excuse me, the Romulan ship earlier on in the season, it was a mess. It was just but this one.
Well, they couldn't mess up the Strange New World sets that much. They had to, you'd get Anson Mount coming onto the bridge going, "Who's been leaving rocks on my bridge?"
Yeah.
Why are there always rocks on the bridge? I don't
care. So one of the things that we had discussed in our theories was, the Breen being the big bad. And now that we saw
here's a picture of the brain again.
Flubba Breen. Were you guys shocked? I mean, I was, but were you guys shocked to find that Locke was a Breen?
Yeah,
I was, but not because it was a surprise. I was thinking they still don't know what a Breen looks like.
Yeah.
Didn't Ranger Kira strip one and steal their uniform, and she didn't go up to him and go, "Hey, yeah, the Breen look like lime jello, by the way." Which I'm gonna say, the lime jello Breen, I thought they looked really cool.
Yeah.
The effects were pretty solid with it.
Yeah.
Just the eye color and the fact you could see the teeth through the skin and everything. I was just like, that's really neat. It's too bad that they can't afford for Locke to look that way the entire time.
No.
Yeah.
Well, so is the way they explain it, as soon as the they kind of go a little bit solid? Is that was they choose to do that? Was that an effect of the environment?
Effect of the environment, I got.
Yeah, it's got to be, because when the uncle undid his thing, he stayed yellow, right?
Right.
He didn't go solid.
And he put his stuff right back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it must be like air contact that like solidified a little bit.
Right.
That's science.
Yeah, science. Neil deGrasse Tyson would be proud. That's probably Dr. Muhammad Noor, because he's the science consultant for the science fiction show. So he kind of like puts a little bit of reality into the science fiction.
In other words, it's the special effects going, we can't afford these. We need an answer quick.
Yeah. It's just amazing.
17 seconds of Jello Breen, and that's it. That's all we can afford.
That's all we can afford this
week. We can't take away from Captain Pike's hairspray budget. You've got
Yeah. Exactly.
This is a lead in for David, whether he wants to talk about it or not.
Yes. Can you
the uniforms of the Breen, they're pretty airtight. They were tight. They were different too.
Yeah, that's I spoiler alert, I was not in Star Trek Discovery at all, but I knew people who were, and quite a few people said that those Breen outfits were not very comfortable at all. The helmets, my friend said, felt like wearing a motorcycle helmet, but the bodysuits were definitely not comfortable at all.
Yeah, I can't imagine bathroom breaks would have been easy.
Yeah.
Well, just the Strange New Worlds ones were a pain because it was all zippered up at the back, so I had to see what that was like.
So that's when you phone a friend, be like, "Hey, Jason, come on, zip me."
You gotta help me. This thing's creasing in uncomfortable places. This uniform's going where no man has gone before.
Exactly.
No, but the Breen redesign I thought was
fantastic.
Good. Yeah, it was really good. Like it, because they looked cool for the 90s, but they didn't look cool. They don't look cool anymore. Those ones from Deep Space Nine.
No.
But they're able to evolve them.
I still would have
cool characters, but I just see Bosch from Return of the Jedi, Princess Leia's like bounty hunter.
Yeah, exactly. One of the most interesting things I found was how Locke and Maul got together. Like the fact that she was. What's that?
I don't like them trying to infuse a Romeo and Juliet style romance into it.
Yeah, like she's a poor trader and he's royalty.
I get the feeling she is going to definitely screw him over. Definitely.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
I don't know. I just think she is. She gives me that vibe.
Thank you for backing that up, sir.
I don't know. I get this gut feeling it ain't gonna. Well, it's either she's gonna betray him because she has to, or one of them's gonna die. Like, there's no way around this. Someone like tragedy is going to befall them if they're doing the Romeo and Juliet. So this doesn't end up, this doesn't end up with a wedding in the end. So that worked out for the people in Attack of the Clones pretty well. But go on.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think that it's going to.
How dare you?
I think the big bad is going to be revealed, and they're going to have to join with Discovery's team to take on the rest of the Breen, because the Breen probably have stakes in it. Because from the last episode, the Breen got the progenitor weapon and destroyed everything. So I'm going to lean with it'll be an awesome team up, and Love will win, and Burnham and Books are going to get back together, and then
you mean Beta Boy Book?
There it is. And that picture of him that you got is just so like so docile. Like you really scoured the internet for the most docile picture of Books that you could possibly find.
Well, didn't you? Okay, like the whole thing, I never buy into Book's emotional connection with Mole. Like, I think she calls it out perfectly. Like, I don't care about you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's so emotionally invested in protecting her, and she don't want nothing to do with it. In fact, her dad was an abuser, apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's a good
Yep.
point.
it is kind of a unrequited platonic love there. You know that,
Yeah.
he feels this thing for her that she doesn't feel for him. I am going to say though, I'm really digging Mock and Law's relationship. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people aren't into the romance, but I think that the two actors just have a lot of chemistry together, and they're fun to watch. And
Right.
you really do get a sense that they do care about each other, because they're like the only stable thing in their weird, wild, crazy life where they're having to run for their lives. And I'm also going to say, in response to the big bad, I still hope that there's not a big bad this season. I hope it's just a chase to get
Same
these
here.
artifacts. And maybe at the end, whenever they do get to the progenitor technology, it's something that they accidentally unleash and they can't get a hold of. And that's when they all join forces. And they're like, oh, God, push it back in Pandora's box. I don't want to see a big mustache twirling villain this year. I just want to see a Star Trek for the one with the whales kind of thing, where it's just, here's a situation and we have to overcome it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we've said that before. Some of the best Trek ever has no villain.
Well, it would remind me of season 1 of Picard, because ultimately there was no big bad. It was some tentacles that popped out of a hole and then
Out of
went
all
back.
the examples you put there.
That's what I'm I think there is a big bad because it'll be more fun.
Hey, can I say though, I've been watching season 1 of Next Generation again.
Yeah,
I love it. I love the
watching that a lot.
cheese. I watched the episode
love
when
the
the bow
cheese.
breaks last night, and what shocked me was the progenitors were mentioned in that episode.
No way.
Okay.
It's season 1?
Yes, you know, when they they capture the kids, right? They take all these kids because there's a planet that are sterile. So they pinch these kids and they have this mega computer, and then they go to describe, like they ask, where did this come from? And they said the progenitors built it hundreds of centuries ago.
Whoa.
So that blew my mind that they were first mentioned in season 1, episode 18.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
the word progenitor literally means someone who came before us. So
Yeah, I know.
they could
Yeah,
have
okay.
just used it for somebody
Can I
else.
just let him
Like,
have it?
I do that. Just let me have this.
I wrote it down so that I can go and what. But
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
This was
They did not.
long-term.
Okay,
story.
we've all seen the first season of Next Generation. They did not know what they were doing.
Oh, mate! But the last episode I watched last night, which was the with the admiral that de-ages, the Benjamin Button one.
Oh yeah,
my.
Carcass.
That was a tough watch.
Oh, that'll be on the wheel. That'll be on the wheel. Of
Yes,
agony,
put
for
it
sure.
on the wheel. Put it on the wheel. Too
Yeah,
short
that's a
a
tough
season.
one.
Too long an episode.
Yeah.
I agree, though.
Look
I agree, though.
I'm
Like,
an old man. I'm totally an old man. Ah!
Too short a season was the episode called. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally just said that.
Oh, you did you? I wasn't listening
Yes.
to you as normal.
Too-
Makes sense.
And you thought my
I honestly don't even blame you, to be honest.
So
I agree, though. Let's not see another big bad villain come into this season, just like Picard. Like, I think it almost ruined bringing the Borg in. It ruined Amanda Plummer's performance. I don't want to see the Kardashians be the big bad villain or whoever it could be. Just, you don't even have enough episodes left to even give them some story.
yeah.
I agree.
You know-
Agree with Jason. I agree.
And you know what? I think the other issue is with Star Trek moving forward is, does it have to connect to villains we've already seen? Let's keep expanding the universe and
Yeah,
not make
like
it a neighborhood.
Yeah. I want to see those butterfly people again, man. Those were cool.
You are obsessed with the butterfly
I
people.
am. They're
Yeah.
so cool looking.
You think their
I just-
babies are like caterpillars?
That's what I'm wondering. I have so many
Okay,
questions. Can I
Look at my
can I
beautiful
ask
He
baby.
owns like
This
5
caterpillar-
copies of Cocoon.
This,
Yeah, I love that movie.
this
Actually,
pulsating larva is just like, go on, kiss it. No.
It's like what is it? Mothra's larva. Oh, yeah, silk for everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share with you that my mom's awake. Hi, Mom.
Hello.
Oh,
Yes, good to see you.
in case you want to catch up, this episode's about the brain. Here's a picture.
Here's the breed.
Can I play the first contact footage again?
No.
I'm
No,
cool
no,
with
no.
it.
No.
Okay, that's good.
JJ extended cut.
I'll put it on. I'll put it in my TikTok. You can see it. there.
Yes, please.
Oh, jeez. The other thing that I was really surprised at was when they sent out the tractor beam and sent the signal that connected to one of his greatest stories, our gruff former captain, now first officer. I thought that was really cool. It was a really cool connection between the two of them and the growth of the team working together, because he worked with Samus and Tilly to get everything working.
Yeah, and you know what they've done with that now, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, we get it. He's getting along with the crew now. Let's
move on.
Move on.
We don't have that many episodes. Yes.
Yeah, we don't have that many.
I like that they're digging into Kelleran traditions now, and they're saying, yes, he is an alien. This is what makes him different. Who boils a cake, though?
Oh yeah.
Hey, he said, "Don't knock it till you try it." And I'm with Rayner on that.
I did like that though, that they were under a clock, that they had to get this stuff done quickly, and Adira has to stop and say, "You boil cakes?" and instead of saying, "Get back to work," he feels like, "Yeah, don't knock it till you tried it." Okay, now continue. He had to explain that. I just love that.
I think that's a good lead in for me to talk about my Discovery Bingo this week.
Oh, I have one question, but we'll fire at Will on that one.
Okay, here we go. Discovery Bingo. Now, last time I didn't get anything last week, but I had those two already knocked off. But this week, if you have a look on the top right, the crew will complete a mission or a task less than 3 seconds to go. Now, I ticked this, and I'll tell you why I ticked this. Is because when they were coming out, the ISS Enterprise, at one point they go 20 seconds left. And I counted down, and they absolutely got there within the 3 second mark. So I'm taking that for a claim.
Yeah, give it to them.
And the other one I got, if you go over to the left side and the middle one down, the bridge will, in any moment of collision attack on the ship, will shoot fire at multiple console panels. Oh boy, did they show that in droves with the ISS Enterprise. I swear at one point there were flames shooting out of the background that I'm pretty sure I saw the tube where they would, like, the pyrotechnics guy going, "Better shoot some more flame."
Oh man,
I was just wondering,
better engineers.
Has the bridge of this ship been shedding sparks for like 900 years?
Yeah, probably.
Really?
Yeah. Great.
So
there'd be like piles of ash on the ground or something.
So I'm pretty happy with this. After about 4 episodes, I've got 4 kind of ticked off, because obviously the ultimate game here is to eventually get
Ooh, that's a bingo.
Yeah, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, you're getting there. I believe it's time. No, I have a question before. Well, I mean, we'll fire at Will, and then I'll ask my question. So let us fire at Will.
Fire at Will.
All right. So one thing that bugged me that maybe I just heard wrong, but you guys can clarify, because I only watched episode once. I thought that they said we've got 3 life forms on this ship. 2 of them are Locke and Maul.
And one is the artifact. I noticed that.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm not going crazy. Who was the other one?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
What I think it was an error in dialogue, because at one point Burnham says, "Scan this." Whenever she's trying to fool them, she says, "Scan this object. You'll see that it matches the quantum signature from our universe." So I think what they meant was there are 3 quantum signatures from our universe. 2 are Locke and Maul. The other is the artifact. That's what I think they meant to say. But either the dialogue was wrong or the dialogue wasn't very clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's implying then that the artifacts are living beings in themselves. Then that's what's kind of implying.
Wouldn't that be a twist ending? They're changelings.
Oh, that would be.
It's like those little toy egg things, and you break it open, and inside is a butt plug.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's what they are.
I would be so happy. I'd be so happy just to say, "I told you so" at the end of the season.
I mean,
I don't want a big bad unless it's butt bugs.
Oh, imagine. We told you we'd be back. The other thing that I wondered is, what crew members, I couldn't remember the names, what crew members are taking the ISS Enterprise back, and what the heck are they going to do with that ship?
A Corsican and Detmer because they weren't in this episode, and so I guess they came up with a reason why they're not going to be in future episodes, which disappoints me because I like Corsican and Detmer. I like
Not no
they've only
more.
been in 1 or 2 episodes, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, they're off the show now. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I do not like that. I like
you-
these two.
Can you
I'm probably
imagine?
complaining about craft services and like, get these guys off the set.
I don't like these cheese puffs. They're not really cheesy enough. Okay, you're off.
Why do we get great value Doritos and Sonequa Martin Green is getting caviar? I just don't get that. Oh, these two are causing problems. Get them out of here.
Get them out of here.
I'm sure there's probably like a scheduling issue. You know, I think that the actors who play them are more like day players. They're not really under a contract, and it's very hard for ongoing productions to keep actors like that. And so I'm sure this is just a convenient way for them to go away, which sucks because they've been with us since the beginning, and I do hope that they do come back, but I kind of get the feeling they're not.
So
I also, on top of that, I also think there's been a very strong mandate from even the editors to make sure that this thing is flowing and moving fast. And we're not getting a lot of time anymore, I've noticed this season, for reflection and still scenes. It seems to be whipping along pretty fast.
No exposition, just straight up. Let's go. Let's
Our,
go.
our buddy, our buddy Sean Ferrick pointed out that remember last week when Reese talked about how much he loved the Constitution class from the 23rd century?
Yes.
He should have had a moment there going, "Oh my gosh, she's beautiful."
Yeah, I think Reese should have been on the ship to take it back because that was his big thing.
Yeah, so honestly, Reese would have made sense to put Reese on the Enterprise instead of back. You know, he'd been sitting there in the captain's chair just going, but I would have too, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh no, you know what?
You know what? You know what would be hilarious if they have this scene where Detmer walks into a quarters and sees that Tantalus device. Goes, what does this button do?
But you know what that was, guys? A missed opportunity.
Oh God!
I don't regret many things in life, but I think making that clip is now one of them.
Why? It's so beautiful.
I have got to stop giving those things. I apologize.
That was great.
You actually warned Chase. Actually warned me. Don't give him a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Bloody clip.
Don't you give him a missed opportunity. Don't you dare.
He's gonna push that damn thing. Crikey me, you know. It's funny.
You in an agony booth and a Tantalus field all at once. Be like a bite from a redback.
I think it's time to, unless you guys have any other things to bring up. I think
What are we gonna do? What's next? Are we gonna
in the chat? We got to talk to our friends.
Yeah,
here.
let's say hello to everybody.
All right. Well, here we go.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yes, brand new bumpers, brand new segment.
What was that?
Let's rock. The trailer from that movie looked really good.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Yep.
Trap. Go see it in August.
Go see it. Go see it. A
August
true highlight that was learning the fate of Mirror Spock.
Oh, we did
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, that's a great point.
His fate was actually revealed way back in the Deep Space Nine episode Crossover, but it was confirmed by the plaque that was in sickbay on the ISS Enterprise. So whenever Burnham says that thing about, she says that she didn't want to look up the mirror universe of Spock. And then whenever they read that, you're just like, wow, she doesn't even know she's reading about the mirror universe version of Spock.
Yeah. Yeah, very interesting. Very awesome. It's an interesting observation. I'd like to know what the EMHs are used for, if anything. Because I had brought up.
There's probably an admiral that's an EMH or a few starship captains or something like that.
They're probably just integrated into the population like every other species at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where all the music comes from.
Do they? So we could have Robert Picardo return.
I wanted to see him as the Federation president.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Oh, the EMH?
Yeah.
That would have been fun. Cool. Yeah. It's interesting that they were able to hide the ship in Satan's butthole the way they did the ISS Enterprise.
And Satan was nervous that day, clearly.
Yeah, he kept going.
He was
We've all
nervous.
been there. We've all been there.
Or Satan had been to Taco Bell that earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
That's me whenever my kids are driving me. I'm just like,
Okay, I can't agree with this.
The best season of a Star Trek show, hands down, for Mr. Gaines.
I'll be done.
no, it's a good
I think it's
season, but
still
it's not
season
the best.
4 of Deep Space Nine or
Yeah.
season 3 of TNG.
Yeah.
Season 2 of Strange New Worlds.
Season 2 of
I
Stranger Worlds is pretty
started
good.
Trek with Disco. It's weird. Okay.
Hey, it's
Oh,
not
that's
weird.
good. That's great.
It's not weird. We're happy to have you. Welcome to our family.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. That is fantastic. It started there.
Enjoy the red.
And that's, I'm sure the people at Star Trek are thrilled with that too, because that's what Discovery by Design was to bring new fans on board. So that's fantastic.
All
Tilly
Trek is good
is
Trek.
beautiful.
Tilly is beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, she is, but she's still gonna be Space Karen one day.
Oh no. Jason Roy Gaston looked like John Lennon.
I'd
Well,
say
that's-
right, because John Lennon's been decomposing for 30-something
Oh
years
my
now.
God.
Well, that's just not a very nice thing for you to say. That you should really be more kind.
Oh man, does this lead you to believe that? This is a good one. That the Prime Spark traveling to the Kelvin universe and back in time probably didn't end well for them. Ooh,
Maybe not.
Yeah. Well, Prime Spock did die before his time, so maybe that was why.
Yeah.
Mm. Does it lead you to believe that Prime Spock is traveling? Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it. All right. I'd like to believe that there's a possibility that the Breen's bodies break down after death and perhaps very rapidly, and that why, even why, after one is dead, we've never seen their face.
Oh god, that would have been a great scene of Deep Space Nine. And don't you dare play that Mr. Opportunity bumper. Don't you dare. So Kira had killed that brain and then taken the helmet off, and like all this green goo just came out.
Yeah.
What was that?
and Odo was sleeping, so a bit.
Odo, is
fell
that
in the
you?
jar, fell in
Oh.
Odo's jars. It's like the peanut butter and chocolate melted together.
Oh no.
Oh,
You got
Oh
peanut
my
butter in
God.
my chocolate. Well, you got Odo in my peanut butter.
I've seen people complaining about the new uniforms compared to the way the Breen looked in Deep Space Nine. I've tried to explain that in 800 years have passed, they're going to change. I agree. It's the
Yeah.
same.
Right
We don't
now,
wear
they
the
look
same clothing
great.
that we wore 800 years ago, so I wouldn't expect the Breen to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agree. If you ever rewatch the season 1 episode of The Last Outpost, I totally recommend playing Star Trek Resurgence afterwards. You will have an entirely new appreciation for that episode.
Oh, well, you'll need to explain that a little bit further. I'd like to know why. I would appreciate that.
Yes.
Why do they actually make that episode seem
It
good?
takes the story of the Tokan Empire and runs with it.
Oh,
And
okay. Very cool.
Really good.
I look forward to seeing the ISS Enterprise given a 32nd century upgrade. Ooh, similar how they did Discovery.
I don't think they would upgrade her. To be honest, I think that they would take her to the shipyards, and just kind of park her next to all these ships that they still have there, if that place still exists.
Belongs
which
in
I
a
think-
museum.
Yeah. Oh man, Indiana Jones reference.
Plus, really, if the Discovery didn't have the spore drive, what value would Discovery have had for the Federation? Nothing.
None.
So the ISS Enterprise would. There's no tech on there that's going to be of any value to the Federation.
That's true. It's just another dimension.
Unless
Maybe
they
a better.
step inside one of those phone booth things, close the door behind them. What's this used for? Ah, God! I just saw too short a season.
The artifact is a biological entity. Oh, that's why they were reading through.
I
lines.
think
Yeah,
it's going to be.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, but we'll talk about that later whenever we talk about other things.
Oh, okay, understood. That's our Tuesday show.
Yes.
Yeah. Burnham has taken something from her university and put it in an item that she picked up from the transporter room as a red herring.
I thought that
Yeah.
was very clever.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought it was
Clever
good.
ruse.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Her university.
You've never-
Yeah.
We get it. We
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
it.
she-
Don't worry.
she-
Don't worry.
she
I read it
shoved her-
wrong and to be right anyway, so you're fine. Do you think that fourth dimensionally they can come back and save the day with the Enterprise?
No, that was the question. Is you have to think fourth dimensionally. So he's making a
Oh.
statement.
Oh.
I don't think we're going to see her again.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
No,
I think it's just a
we're gonna-
one-off.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
that's good. MFU. He's grateful. Whatever brings you to Star Trek is great. Oh, okay, there you go.
Absolutely. No
Exactly.
gatekeeping here. We welcome all fans,
Yeah.
all shapes, all sizes, no matter how
Yeah.
terrible your tastes are.
Yeah.
I mean, they have me on the show.
Yeah.
Well, think about the loss of all the ships they had because of the burn. Oh yeah, they're down.
That
ships.
is true, but
could
I
use
thought at the
it.
beginning of the season they had pretty well started to rebuild their fleet, haven't they?
Not
Yeah,
really. It's
That
the
was my
same.
impression.
I know. I
'Cause they
caught
have
it.
the shipyards. Yeah.
But like I feel like the fleet is traveling with the space dock, and that's all the ships they have. So they kind of want to build like a fleet. Let's say the Breen decides and blobs their way over to take over the Federation. They don't have a chance.
Well,
They don't
okay. Let's think of 1941 when Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor and destroyed most of the fleet. The US didn't go back to a ship like helmed by the Vikings and bring it in to boost up their fleet today. So to me, that's a very similar point, isn't it? It's too old. It's just a hunk of metal at this point.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with it. That's for sure. Well, my friends, this is when I relinquish all controls and allow, I throw it over to my co-host, Jason Hatswell.
For what? What are we doing?
Don't you have a thing for this week?
Oh, yeah, we have a new segment, don't we?
Yeah.
No, we do not have a Name That Trek episode for this week, so I ran out of time. But we do have a new segment, which you're helming. So
okay, so I'll just
I
go.
got nothing to add.
All right,
Standing
so here
up,
we
one
go.
manner.
Yeah, it wouldn't be in Captain's Quadrant without a little miscommunication. But yeah, let's talk about.
Let me catch up.
All right, very cool new intro. Really cool, fun one. I know it's hard to read, but there is indeed a brief crew member visible in the Discovery episode, which basically means Star Trek Discovery has their own Game of Thrones coffee cup moment. But that is in good tradition with Star Trek TNG and the Star Trek movies, because you could see a crew member in one of the movies. The director, Doug Aronofsky, admits that his baseball cap is briefly in Discovery Season 5, Episode 2, Under the Twin Moons. In Discovery's defense, however, there is a production gaffe anywhere near as noticeable as the infamous coffee cup in Game of Thrones. So,
Joe, I love you, Joe. You know that.
Yeah.
You're a good friend of mine. I really. But how in the hell is that any news worthy talking about?
Because it's funny. I
like out of all the news you could have shown, you could have gone to StarTrek.com, maybe have a look at variety.
I did. There wasn't anything going on.
That we don't know has left a cap in the background.
Did you guys catch that?
Executed.
If that's the case, let's just change this segment to this.
Let me catch up.
Pointless news.
That is pointless Star Trek news.
You know what? That was not a missed opportunity. He went in. There you go. So I
What we should have talked about is the gentleman and that husband and wife team who started the campaign to bring back Star Trek. He unfortunately passed away.
Oh, wow.
And his importance to Star Trek fandom over the 50 plus years has been significant, been amazing. So I can't remember the gentleman's name right now because I don't actually have the story up. But
John
hats off. Oh, thank you for that, Jason. Yeah.
John with Bejo Trimble are the reason why we have Star Trek today.
Mm-hmm.
So, John Trimble, we salute you, sir. Clear horizons. May the wind be forever at your back.
And a slight twist, I'm going to put you under the spot here, Jason. There was a character in season 1 of TNG that seemingly went missing. And then I went, what happened to Argyle? Whatever happened to Engineer Argyle? And Jason explained to me this.
Oh, you want me to say it? Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we're not waiting for it.
Okay, so the actor who played Chief Argyle in season 1 of Star Trek: The Next Generation was fired because the actor solicited people to write fan mail not only about Next Generation, but specifically about his character Chief Argyle, which this was a magnificent scheme. What he did not realize, though, was that they were writing fan mail for episodes that had not aired yet. So people were saying, "Oh my gosh, we just loved Argyle in this episode. He needs more scenes." And they're like, "This episode's not supposed to air for 3 weeks. What's going on?" So they ended up firing him. And what is sad is that they were planning on making his character permanent anyway.
Oh man,
He
did,
shot
he-
himself in the foot.
he killed himself.
He put his phaser on setting 16 and blew his entire leg off. So this actor was Biff Yeager was his name, and he is just kind of a fun little bit of Star Trek trivia for you. He had a career that went on long after Star Trek, so he was not completely destroyed by this. But yeah, poor Chief Argyle. And in the comics, by the way, they're not canon, but in the comics, Argyle is actually murdered, and somebody goes around killing all of the former chief engineers of the Enterprise. And so Geordi basically is like, "Oh no, they're going to come after me next." And I can't remember why, but yeah, everybody you saw in Star Trek, the woman who was before Argyle and then Argyle, they end up like murdering all these people. And then they're going to go after Geordi because I guess they just did not want Argyle to be part of TNG because by God, you do not ask people to write fan mail.
And I'll tell you what, if Singh had made it out of that episode, season 1, he would have been on that list as well.
I think the actor ended up on Sequest.
He did not. That's a different actor. I know who you're talking about. That's not Biff Yeager.
Was Argyle the one with the Traveler? Was he the one that called out with the Traveler episode when they go off a billion light years?
He's talking about how full of crap that Kaczynski was.
Yeah. He's also featured heavily in Data Law as well. He was in that a bit. One scene in that.
Yeah.
Well, here's a fun fact about this actor. He was in a show that Brent Spiner was in, and recently called Night Court.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was in my favorite Batman movie, Batman Returns.
Was
he in Batman?
He was a background actor, security guard number 2.
Okay.
Cool guy.
Yeah, there you go. You would appreciate that. There's a connection. Yeah, it all comes together.
Maybe don't solicit a fan mail thing though, there, David.
Yeah, don't start fan mail.
No.
So the actor in the first season of Sequest DSV, his name was actually Royce D. Applegate. And unfortunately, he's one of the many actors who fell victim to the Sequest curse. So
what's the Sequest curse?
The Sequest curse is that a strange number of people who were involved with Sequest basically died in accidents or died way before their time because Royce D. Applegate died in a fire. Jonathan Brandis, unfortunately, ended his life before that. And
whoa.
He's not with us anymore.
If you're implying that because it was filmed in southeast Queensland down here in Australia, that Australia had anything to do with this, I can neither confirm or deny.
It was the Gators.
We don't have Crocs, mate, not Gators.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm thinking of Florida.
I don't know. Maybe Royce Applegate came home one day. There's a koala sitting on this couch, lights a match, going, "You thought you could get away from us, didn't you?" Drops it.
Yeah.
Fire erupts on the ground in the shape of Australia. Like a daredevil. I'm going to hell.
Nah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a party.
He's coming to Australia one day.
I'll be waiting for you. Yeah.
I think we saved that segment. I think we saved it.
Yeah, you guys. That's what's called teamwork.
We saved it. Guys.
Yeah.
Did we though?
Yeah, we did. Totally. It was a whole thing about Argyle. That was cool. This was a great episode of Star Trek Discovery. Yes. We got more pieces of the puzzle. We've got the mystery box still looming in the background, and we've got connections. We've got friendships building on the ship. So lots to solve, and we've got love. Yes. Love.
Unless you're booked, of course. Unless you're booked.
Yeah.
You've got to hang out with your ex like the whole time and for like constantly deny him.
Yeah.
But I think I really.
Made a boy book.
Oh,
I knew that was coming.
yeah.
That is
I
your
was
version
setting
of
that
this
gag up. You
opportunity.
know that.
I think that this has been great. I think that we are going to have one of the most memorable seasons, and I just hope they stick to the landing, like you guys have said. But is there anything you guys want to part? Is there something happening that you maybe want to talk about? What's going on?
Absolutely, yes. We have to tell them about Trek Long Island.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That little thing.
Yeah, that thing. Next month, you can hang out with all three of us. And this next month, all three of us will hang out with each other for the first time. In Trek Long Island 2, there's going to be so many Star Trek stars, so many actors that have so much to do with the Trek universe. There's going to be authors, background actors, singers, and fellow podcasters just all hanging out, relaxing, chillaxing, if you will. We will be on stage. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Going to be a blast.
Going to be a blast. You can meet the Breen Man himself, Elias Tufexis, in person, and of course, crewman. That's too small. I can't read his name, but there are going to be a lot of Star Trek Discovery characters and actors there. It's going to be so fun. You got to get tickets. Get your tickets in advance so you're not waiting online. Long Island is a very, very, very beautiful place, but lots of trees. You don't want to be on the long line hitting out into the trees because the entryway is kind of right into the parking lot. So buy your tickets in advance so you can hang out with us and all the wonderful people that had so much to do in the 57 years of Trek. It'll be 50. Yeah, still 57, 58 in August. So be sure to do that. Of course, David, you've got your moment coming up. Is there anything else that you could possibly tell us about that's coming up that we should be?
I was gonna say as well too. If you guys can you send me photos and stuff like that while you're there? I'd love to see it.
Of course,
please.
Yeah, of course.
Like, there's going to be video. There's going to be so much. No one's going to be able to take a step without a photo.
Yeah. When these guys go to sleep, I'll send you photos too.
That's creepy.
That's creepy. That is so creepy. You guys excited to stay at my place now?
If you don't mind, may I plug my event that's coming up?
Absolutely. That was what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
Man.
So in case you cannot make it to Trek Long Island and you happen to live in the southern United States, please come to Fort Worth on May 11th at 11 a.m. I am going to be part of the Funky Town Focus Celebration in Fort Worth. The event is actually called The Sound and Fury of Jason Roy Gaston. So I will be doing a little one-man show there, I suppose. But please come on out and see me. I'd love to see you. And we'll be doing it without these two jokers right here. So you know it's going to be a lot more pleasant.
But nowhere near as fun, for sure.
And vote for me for America's favorite teacher.
That's right.
I'm currently in first place.
Number one.
You know what they say? If you ain't first, you're last.
I've got no rhythm. What's going on with that?
Yeah. Mind you, we have no evidence whether the kids actually like him or not.
They hate me. They hate me. Their hate makes me powerful.
It's not like a kid in the class go, Mr. Gaston sucks. There's got to be one, right?
Oh, there's way more than one. Way more.
No, please vote for him. You know he's a fantastic teacher.
He's a great guy.
Let's support him.
It's all true. Go to my website, jasonroygaston.com. You can find a link there. I would appreciate your vote. You can vote every day, once a day, or more if you pay money. It all goes to a good cause.
What's the cause?
The cause is me winning.
Yeah.
No, it goes to an educational charity. Oh, if I win, I get a trip to Hawaii.
No, really?
Wow.
So put me on a plane and send me away. Everybody wants to. Please do it.
So
he's getting himself a little ticky kind of necklace. All of a sudden, he's going to be a spider in his hotel bed.
Yeah, they have the big old potato.
Hey, Brady Bunch episode. Come on, guys. Put it together.
No, I knew that was a Brady Bunch episode. I couldn't believe you went there.
Yeah.
It was a very Brady.
I'm that old. I will.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week of the Captain's Quadrant.
Please.
I got to mention Brady Bunch in a Star Trek show.
Well done.
Pretty happy with that.
What's that?
I was going to say there's a missed opportunity. it's a shame our buddy Michael Chan is not in season 5 of Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
Wonder what he's doing his character right now. Do you think he's kind of been promoted at this point? Or is it a Harry Kim situation happening all over again?
Well, he's already higher than Carrie Kim.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
He was born with a higher rank than Harry Kim. But
Yeah.
our friend Michael Chan has been having great success in his career.
Yes.
Oh, it's on Hulu.
Congratulations. Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
So we're just theorizing about his character in Discovery, what happened to him. Yeah.
Hopefully he shows up in Star Trek.
He bailed from that he bailed from the headquarters pretty quickly, didn't he?
He's with Detmer and Owosekun flying the Enterprise back to Starfleet at impulse speed. You know, there's 5 months into the journey, they'll still be sitting there. Are we there yet? Please get somebody to fix the warp drive.
Yeah.
Last time we fixed the warp drive, somebody vaporized for no reason in the cafeteria. No, we're not touching it.
Yeah,
he's a fantastic guy though. So
and big congratulations. He's a great
yeah, he's been helping me out a lot. So
nice.
Hopefully he shows up in Starfleet Star Trek Academy.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Only films down the road from him.
Because if he gets a part in Starfleet Academy, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying he might be able to put his foot in the door for us.
Jason, you don't look 16 anymore. I know you think you can play a 16-year-old, but I'm sorry, buddy.
I think David's got a good chance of getting in, maybe.
America's favorite teacher. America's favorite teacher.
That's true. That is true.
You could be America's favorite security guard in the show, Dave.
No, I want to play that cool professor who walks in. He's got on glasses and he's just like, okay, I'm way too hungover. I don't know. Research something. Kind of like what I do every morning.
Stop typecasting me, Joe Dove.
Yes, he needs diversity in his roles.
I mean, or maybe you could be a Klingon. We want to know what Klingons look like in the 32nd century. Maybe you could.
That'd be cool, right?
They have giant butts on their forehead by that point, and they talk through them. That's what That's what's happened by that point. I'm all about honor.
Exactly. Make me a Klingon. Make me a Cardassian. Let me, something cool.
Yeah, get some neck makeup going with the Cardassian.
Yeah.
They have the big veiny necks on the side. It's always awesome.
Did you guys see the stuff that Star Trek guy put out from the con that he went to? He actually hung out with Cassidy Biggs in Cardassian garb.
Oh, I did see that. Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's so cool.
Guy's so cool. I want to be a
check that out. It was really cool. He kind of did a whole bit and everything. So
awesome.
Yeah, he's a good dude. All right, well, that's all wrapped up for this amazing episode of Star Trek Captain's Quadrant, or Captain's Quadrant Review Star Trek, however you want to call it. Be sure to get your tickets to Trek Long Island. Come say hi. We're giving out stuff. You can get stuff at our table, and there's going to be a dog. Everybody loves dogs.
Ooh, a dog. Okay, yes, I'll be there.
Have a great weekend.
Yes, thank you, My Figure Universe.
You're the best, dude.